So right then and there, the disrespect just comes off their tongues so casually. So basically what they're saying is we're too stupid to know what we want as men. And that we're so stupid, we let people come and give us misinformation. And that's what's going to cause us not to vote for Stacey Abrams. It's not because we've looked her up and none of her policies benefit us. It couldn't be that. It's just we're too stupid to realize that she's our best choice. This is the way she's campaigning to us. And you guys wonder, see, I'm not a hater. The reason why I'm glad to see her lose is because of this type of, this is the disrespect. But let's continue.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Trippin' Ain't Easy. I am your host, Trip Simpson, in the building, ready to get this grill going today. But first and foremost, let's handle business.
I know you're going to look after family.
What family you talking about, Ice?
Fuck, I look invisible, nigga.
That's right, I'm not invisible. So do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and select all. Now, black men. Today is a day to rejoice. That's right, I said it. Today is a day to rejoice. Now, why do I say that? Because the Democratic Party and its band of feminist black women have taken a major L in the state of Georgia today. That's right. If you have not heard, Democratic candidate for Georgia governor, Stacey Abrams, has took her second consecutive major L in the state of Georgia. Let's give her a round of applause. That's right. So, and yes, we, the free-thinking, straight black men, are definitely to blame. I say we take full blame for this, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, before we get into the new narrative that they're trying to spin post-election, I'd like to take you guys back in time to just before the election so we can examine what the popular narrative was then, and then we'll get to what it is now. So, without wasting any more time, let's get to the videotape. So, in this video here, we have Miss Abrams on MSNBC explaining explaining why she thinks she might lose the election. She already knew she didn't have a chance in hell, but she already tried. This is before the election. She's already trying to put the blame on black men before anyone has even voted. And then after that, you'll see what Keisha Lance Bottoms had to say right after Miss Abrams. Let's go.
Been discounted, and unfortunately, this year black men have been a very targeted population for misinformation. Not misinformation about what they want, but about why they want what they deserve.
Now let's go back. Let's go back a little bit right here. Let's examine what she just said. Let's play that back one more time.
Discounted, and unfortunately, this year Black men have been a very targeted population for misinformation. Not misinformation about what they want, but about why they want what they deserve.
So right then and there, the disrespect just comes off their tongues so casually. So basically what they're saying is we're too stupid to know what we want as men. And that we're so stupid, we let people come and give us misinformation. And that's what's going to cause us not to vote for Stacey Abrams. It's not because we've looked her up and none of her policies benefit us. It couldn't be that. It's just we're too stupid to realize that she's our best choice. This is the way she's campaigning to us. And you guys wonder, see, I'm not a hater. The reason why I'm glad to see her lose is because of this type of shit. This is the disrespect. But let's continue.
And so Mayor Bottoms, I picked up on that.
Here we have the failed mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. She quit because she fucked up Atlanta so bad. Let's hear what she has to say.
Because I'm just wondering, Stacey Abrams' focus on the misinformation that's being targeted at Black men. And it makes me wonder, is she not...
Notice they never tell you what that misinformation is. What misinformation are they giving us? See, they just like to ram the word misinformation home. Misinformation. What's the misinformation?
Getting the Black support she needs in her race against Brian Kemp.
Listen, Jonathan, I think that Stacey is spot on with that. I listen as my kids watch NBA highlights and whatever else they watch on YouTube. I hear the misinformation being typed in. My 12-year-old, my 14-year-old.
Okay, what misinformation have you heard?
Son, my 20-year-old is getting it. So there is definitely...
Now she's throwing her own sons under the bus. Black men, this is why I'm telling you, stay away from broads like this. Stay away from them.
A target toward African-American men, not just to give them misinformation, but to make them so discouraged that they won't show up to vote.
So it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that you guys don't do anything for us politically. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with the Democratic parties, with the DNC documents that were leaked out that basically said never commit to any tangible policies for them. It has nothing to do with that. We're just stupid idiots who fall for misinformation campaigns. Let's just chalk it up to that. This is what these idiots are campaigning on, and they wonder why they lose. Now, this next clip is from one of the most ridiculous people that they ever gave a microphone to. This next clip is from Brittany Cooper, the feminist professor from, I want to say Temple University. This is the same woman that said that diets are racist and that black women and white women, there's a disparity between diets between black women and white women. This is the same broad that said that.
What public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Now, I pulled this clip from one of my favorite YouTube pages. This is TD Hip Hop. If you guys get a chance, give my man a subscription. He has great content and it does very thorough research. So the clip I'm going to play from Brittany Cooper is off his page. Like I said, you can see you can see right down below TD Hip Hop Media, 69.5 thousand subscribers. I remember when the guy only had 1,000. I started following him when he had 1,000. This was maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Now he's up to almost 70,000. So shout out to that brother. And let's get into the clip. Now this is, once again, this is Brittany Cooper. A couple of days before the election, speaking at the Andrew Rankin Memorial Chapel, which I believe is at Howard University.
The kinds of spirits that seek to destroy us. We need to think robustly, just for instance, about the demon of disinformation. that permeates our communities and that renders some of our most vulnerable men, our most visible men, the Kanyes and Kyries.
Now she's shitting on Kanye and Kyrie. But that word, misinformation. But this is why you hoes lose, and this is why you will continue to lose. I mean, look at her. Never mind. Let's get on with it.
The Drakes. Keep Megan Pete's name out. Okay.
Hold on. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? That's one thing that kills me about these modern women, especially these modern black feminists. What are you going to do about it? They really act like they can whoop a grown man's ass. You ain't doing nothing. But that's why you don't have a husband or any kids. You have nothing to go home to at night. You go home, you look at yourself in the mirror, you probably contemplate jumping off the roof. When you calm yourself down, you probably go get a tub of ice cream and a big bottle of red wine and some puppy chow to feed your dog, and you fall asleep drunk on the couch every night.
The old people won't get it, but the young people do. The Drakes and Tory Lanez of the world. Foaming at the mouth, rabidly spouting, anti-Semitic.
So first and foremost, look how dangerous. Look how dangerous that is, what she just did. She just basically lumped Kanye West, Kyrie Irving, Drake, and Tory Lanez in the same group and called them anti-Semitic. Now, first off, I don't believe that Kyrie or Kanye West is anti-Semitic, but Drake and Tory Lanez don't even have anything to do with that shit, and she's lumping them together. But see, she's met now. Look at the stupidity here. It's clear Megan Thee Stallion is capping about being shot by Tory Lanez. The evidence is already out there for you to see. It's cap. But the mere fact that Drake even insinuates that Megan could be lying, that makes him anti-Semitic, misogynist, all this crap. This is the thought process that these women have.
Anti-black, anti-feminist, anti-factual statements. We need to talk about the demon of disinformation that has black male voters in Georgia willing to support Raphael Warnock, but not Stacey Abrams.
Because, first of all, I don't believe Raphael Warnock or Stacey Abrams is a good fit for black men. But the funny thing is, she's right, and we'll get to that in a minute.
So now black men are possessed by the demon of disinformation, and apparently we're getting this demonic political disinformation from Drake and Tory Lanez.
It's ridiculous, totally ridiculous. But this is what we're dealing with. Let's continue.
The Drakes and Tory Lanezes of the world, foaming at the mouth, rabidly spouting anti-Semitic, anti-black, anti-feminist, anti-factual statements.
You see, this is why.
See, this is the problem here. Like I said, she just lumps these people into groups, calls them all type of names, and this is and somehow she's linking this to the campaign of misinformation. I know they cannot believe the bullshit that they spew out. They cannot possibly believe this shit. They can't. Now, so there you see. So there we have it. The popular narrative prior to the election was that black men were getting misinformation, and that black men are to blame for a potential loss for Stacey Abrams. Now, this is what they're saying. This is from Sean King's Instagram page. Now, so Sean King shared this popular tweet. This guy, Michael Harriet, tweeted this morning after the news came, after the news finally got to everyone. He tweeted, according to exit polls, Abrams had more support from black men than Dems had nationwide. In fact, if every single black male Kemp voter had voted for Abrams instead, she still would have lost. Turns out the black male voter problem was a lie. it was the white voters. It always is. Now, let me stop you right there. Now, this is what's dangerous towards us. You see, now they realize they fucked up and giving us more power, because if the narrative is that black men ruined the election for Stacey Abrams, then that means we wield some sort of power. So what do they quickly do? They clean that shit up. Now they're blaming it on white voters. I mean, well, Georgia is a majority white state. Black people make up 33%. So to just chalk it up to white people is disingenuous, because they're the majority anyway. Either way, if whoever won or whoever wins or loses, either way, you can chalk it up to white people because they're the majority. Duh. But if you look at the way other groups voted, see, we're the only group that gives people over 80%. No other group does that. No other group gives a political party over 80%. But that's a problem for another day. A problem for another show. Now let's get into this. So now they're saying that black men didn't have anything to do with Stacey Abrams' loss. But let's check a couple things out. So here is the numbers for the Senate race between Warnock and Herschel Walker, which right now, by the way, is going to go to a runoff election because neither candidate reached over 50%, so they got to have to run off. Now, if you look here, Warnock and Herschel Walker both have about 1.9 million votes apiece. 1.9 million votes apiece. 1.9 million votes apiece is actually more votes than Stacey Abrams got in the year 2018 when she ran for governor. So that's more. So yeah, the 1.9 million votes is more in 2018. Let's go to the numbers just so you don't think I'm just making this shit up. Blow that up so you can see. See that? 1.9 apiece. Now, if we go to 2018, boom. You go to 2018 results. Abrams had 1.9 million votes. So they both pretty much have more votes than her in 2018 than she had in 2019. In 2022. Now let's also look at her count for this year. Let's look at her count for this year. Boom. So here we go. 2022. She has 1.8 million votes. So she's got over 100,000 less votes than she had in the first election that she claimed they cheated. Now, how is it that, and this is going to dispel the whole, it's not, the black men had nothing to do with it. How is it that Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker were able to get 100,000 more votes than Stacey Abrams apiece during their campaigns, and Stacey Abrams only got 1.8? Why is that? Why is it that in 2018, Stacey Abrams had 88% of the black male vote, and now she only has 81%? Why is that? Because more black men voted Republican, and more black men probably left the governor's race alone in general. They probably just didn't even vote for her. They probably left her alone or voted against her. And that's evident with the votes that you see for Warnock, Democrat. Stacey Abrams is a Democrat. So why don't the numbers between the governor's race and the Senate race add up? It's the same poll stations with the same people voting on the same issues. Why is it that Stacey Abrams wasn't able to get to that point? How is it that the Democrats of Georgia are able to damn near win their seat for Warnock, but not win it for Abrams? Why? See, you're not blaming that on white people. You're not blaming that. You're not blaming the victory on white people, but you're blaming the loss on white people. And the same people in the same state cast the same ballots in the same poll stations on the same goddamn day. But Abrams takes the L. Why? Because she didn't have, matter of fact, not only did she not have the support of black men, she didn't have the support of men, period. And what's funny is, this is the same woman who made her whole campaign about voting rights and abortions. Now, if you know anything about these voting rights laws, they're aimed to help illegal immigrants vote. That's what they're aimed to do. They're not aimed to help black folks, even though they make it, they tell you that it's, we've had the right to vote for damn near 100 years. Well, not 100 years, but for a long ass time. We've had the right to vote. That fight has already been fought and we won it. The voting rights that they're pushing for now are for illegal immigrants and people with no IDs. If you don't have a goddamn ID, you don't deserve to vote. What kind of responsible adult doesn't have an ID? But that's besides the point. The people who she's pushing for with this voting rights shit, and the people who she's pushing for to be able to come across the border whenever, didn't even vote for her. The Latino vote was 50-50. The Latino vote was 50-50. So that just goes to show you, man, where these people's priorities are. Like I said, black men, take responsibility for this L for Stacey Abrams. She earned it, and she deserved it for the bullshit she tried to say about us prior to the election. And now she has to eat that shit. Now she has to sit down for another 4 years and watch Brian Kemp run the state of Georgia probably better than she ever could. But hey, what do I know? Listen, if you agree, disagree, or are indifferent, do me a favor, drop us a comment below. Once again, don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to hit that subscription, tap the bell, and select all. For myself and the whole squad here at Trippin' Ain't Easy and Straight Talk No Chase, peace out. See you on the next one.